This is the rest of Red Scarf Girl work. I think I left off at number 10. So number 10 is a quiz from chapters 1 through 3. If you've read past chapter 3, go ahead and still take that quiz. That'll be okay. It'll submit to me automatically. That's all you have to do is take the quiz. Number 11, I'd asked you to write two of your own quiz questions for the rest of the book, but I've actually uploaded the quiz in number 12 already. So if you haven't done number 11, just skip that and take the quiz in number 12 after you've read the book. It's the quiz covering the whole book, so make sure you've read it. It's 10 multiple choice questions and a short answer question, so it's not terribly long. And again, it'll submit all the responses to me. So that's all you have to do is take the quiz. Number 13 is also once you finish the book. It's the culmination work, and there are 2 parts to it. So let me spend a little bit of time talking about that. You'll see document 10, document 11 here, and then a flip grid to work on. If that's your choice, you have some options in this. So number 10, after you finish reading the book, you'll see that number 10 is 2 writing assignments, and it looks like this. You write a 55-word story about Red Scarf Girl. It doesn't mean that you try to rewrite the book in 55 words. It means something in Red Scarf Girl, or something taken from Red Scarf Girl, or something starting in Red Scarf Girl and departing from there. In 55 words, tell a story with things happening and characters doing and saying things. I've had people tell a 55-word story of Mao's reaction to being in front of the Red Guards at Tiananmen Square. I've had people tell us the story of the flower, the lonely flower she talks about in the schoolyard, has a story. It tells anything. The point is to write a story, a narrative story, with characters doing and saying things. Okay. If it goes over 55 words, I'm not going to be counting. So I just want, for those of you who don't like writing stories, there's something, a target's pretty easy to meet. So 55-word story. Second thing you need to write is a book review. And in that book review, you should do these things here. And what you should not do is say the word boring, and you should not be disrespectful. You should imagine the author is reading this, because she just might. I've had email interaction with her before, and might send her your reviews. So make sure you're giving an honest assessment of the book according to the things that are highlighted there in blue. Okay? So that's the writing portion that's entry number 13. Don't ask me why it's document 10, but it's entry 13. Entry 13, document 11 is a culmination multimedia exercise. So you're going to, in the first part, you're going to explain very briefly about the point you would make regarding Mao or the Cultural Revolution for a presentation to 6th graders. That's your imagined audience. What would you say? Part 1A, one sentence. What's the point you want to make? Okay. Part 1B, in one sentence, what's the most important piece of detail or explanation you would use? Okay, so 2 sentences, just the key point and the main point and one key illustration. And then you'll combine all that into a short paragraph. Part 2 is just your personal musings on why you chose what you chose. Okay. Now the multimedia part, there's an option. Okay. Alternative number 1, think about your presentation, and then draw an 8-panel cartoon about the issues you raised in parts 1 and 2 of your presentation. This is for those people who like to draw. You can think of this as a visual supplement to your presentation. You can take a paper, fold it lengthwise in half, and then fold it what's remaining for the other direction twice, and you end up with 8 panels, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, and make yourself a cartoon. Okay. The second option is to make a Flipgrid video of your presentation. So go to that Flipgrid that's on item and post number 13, and actually make the presentation that you had just written about right there. So there's the Flipgrid. So that's the rest of the Red Scarf Girl work, and I think I've explained everything. Any questions, email me.